And with great accomplishment also comes great disappointment, which is what we're going to talk about today. Hey guys, it's V. So today I am going to be doing my bottom products of 2016. These are the burnt out stars of the year. My other 2016 favorite things were my shining stars. So this is a list of stuff that I just did not get along with in 2016. So let's get into it. Let's get to talking some shiz about some products. I just want to say though that if these products do work for you, if you love them, I totally understand, but they just didn't work out for me. So that's why I'm saying that they were disappointing for me. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first one of these being the Meet Matrimony palette from TheBalm. Even in my haul video where I talked about buying this, I talked about how I did not need it, how there was no necessity for it, but it was during a sale, and you know what? When there's a sale, I usually can't say no. So this is the Meet Matrimony palette. I think what I'm most disappointed in is the quality of the eyeshadows, because this palette is a beautiful array of warm matte tones, but the dryness of them, they're just very, very powdery, and I don't know, they just aren't my favorite. Like especially this red shade, it is so like chalky and chunky. It just does not feel good. The purple shade also, none of these just feel good, and when you try to put a brush in them, they're just not like as crazy pigmented as they are when you swatch them with a finger. So I personally was just pretty disappointed in this palette, and I need to give it away to a friend or something because I just don't use it. Another product that me and it just did not get along is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. I don't know what it is about it. It's probably just that it's not Revlon Color Stay, because that's my favorite foundation, but I got this at BeautyCon Dallas this year and it just doesn't work for me. I don't know like what primer I need to be using with it, but any of the primers I've tried with it, it just doesn't work for me, and it just feels weird on my skin. It's super thick in consistency. Like if you look at it, it is a really thick foundation. It's very creamy, but I just don't know what it is, but it just, you can kind of tell, like it's very moussey, and it just doesn't look right on me. And they also color matched me at BeautyCon, and I don't feel like the color that they chose for me is a good color either. So on top of the formula, I'm not really digging the color that they chose, so that one just didn't work out for me, unfortunately. I know a lot of people love it though. Next thing I bought that I did not love is this Bright Future color corrector from Sephora. I know that like Urban Decay came out with them. Color correctors was like trend of 2016. Color correcting was a huge thing. I don't really need a lot of color correcting, but I would prefer to have, you know, some brightness on my under eye area. So that is why I bought this, and it's just not pigmented enough for me. It's weird. It has a weird applicator that like only gets product on the very tip of this. So like application is supposed to be like this rather than like swiping, and it's just not pigmented. When you blend it out underneath the eye, it just turns into nothing. So that was pretty disappointing for me. Next thing is another thing I know that a lot of people love, but I just could not get down with this. This is the Anastasia Brow Definer, and I just personally, the shape of this, it's just not for me, y'all. I just really could not get down with this. I don't know what it is, but it just made my brows always look really thick and chunky, and I just really was not a big fan of it. I have the shade Caramel, which, I mean, it's a decent shade for me. It's not bad, it's not great, it's kind of just okay. I like the shade Auburn a little bit better, but I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of the like weird triangle-ness of this. I don't know. Another thing I just couldn't get down with is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Chromes that are like more of a liquid. For some reason, this was just way too hard to work with, and it is such a shame because the color is beautiful, but just with me swatching it, you can tell it is not super pigmented. You can see right there, it's like patchy, and so when you blend it in, you can put it on, and then you have to sit with your eyelids like this, which, by the way, you guys, I have an eye look on this tutorial. I've said that before. I have a tutorial on this eye look. I have a V-Vibes events. I'll link it up here for you guys. But yeah, you have to sit there with your eyelids like this, or else if you put them back up, it's going to immediately crease, and then it's also going to stick your eyelids together, which is not something I'm usually okay with. So video. I just did not like the formula of this at all. You have to build it up way too much to get the color payoff, and I mean, it's a gorgeous color. It makes me so sad because this green, it's beautiful, but it just, the formula was just not for me at all. I'm about to make some people very upset right now, but my next disappointing product is my Kylie lip kits. You guys, if you watched either one of my lasting impressions on these, I have the shade Court K and the shade Leo from the birthday collection. These were just disappointing all around for me. I don't know if it's just the deeper formula that I have a problem with, because I've never tried one of the lighter colors. Honestly, after trying these, I don't have any desire to try the lighter colors. Like, I probably would try, I don't know, maybe like Candy K or something like that, just because it would be a pretty nude color. But after trying these two, I just don't have any interest in trying anything else from the brand, because these just were so patchy because they're a deeper color. They don't last well. They're uncomfortable. They crumble. I just can't. I just don't like them that much. They're just not worth the price to me. The lip liners are much better than the liquid lipsticks. I still don't reach for them like a lot, but they are better. They're much creamier and much more pigmented, like across the board. They're less patchy than the liquid lipsticks. So if I was gonna pick anything from Kylie Cosmetics, I would probably get a lip liner. Something else that I got from, actually, recommendation from Kathleen Lights. She talked about how much she loved this sponge, so I went ahead and bought it off of Pure Cosmetics, and it's basically just their impression of the Beauty Blender, but it's got a slightly different shape there. You can see it's got a, you know, slanted edge here, and I just don't get what she loves about this one. Like, not to say that it's not, she probably loves it. There's nothing wrong with her opinion, but in my opinion, it's hard. Like, it's not squishy like a beauty blender, and when you get it wet, yeah, it does work. And I mean, I use it clearly because I am really lazy about cleaning sponges, so if there's one that's not dirty, I'm gonna use that one. But I just couldn't get down with it. It was like $12 or something, and I don't know, I just didn't really think that this one was any better than a Real Technique sponge, which honestly are like the best for the price. So I don't know, I just didn't like this one. Something else that I got because a couple of YouTubers said it was really good for under eyes for like hydration purposes is the Bareminerals Bareskin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. That is a long name, but it's from Bareminerals, like I said, and I got the lightest shade they had, which was the shade Fair. And one reason why I don't like this is it is just too dark for me. It's too yellow for me. It just doesn't look right on my under eyes. You can see there, it's just not the right tone for me at all. I wish they would expand their range, because I feel like this is not a Fair shade, because Fair and a lot of other things can work for me, like the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair totally works for me. So I don't know what it is about this, but it just does not work for me at all. I need to try it with like a white concealer or something to mix in with it to see if maybe it'll be better for me. But honestly, it also was really like dry looking on my under eyes, which I thought was weird because a lot of people said it was really good for people with dry under eyes. So I don't know, it just didn't work well for me. I was really upset about it because this is not cheap stuff. This was like 20 something bucks. So yeah, I don't know, I just wasn't a fan. And the next thing I got, because I saw that Taylor did a 15 days of foundation, I think this was one of the products from it. It's the Golden Rose Stick Foundation, and this just did not look good on my skin, you guys. Oh, it looked so bad. I don't know if the shade is just like way too pink for me. Look at it compared to that concealer. It's basically like baby pink compared to that concealer. The shade was just so wrong, and it just looked really weird on my skin. It was the first stick foundation that I've ever tried before, and it was not good news, you guys. It just wasn't. Okay, the last thing that I have to talk about is the House of Lashes Lash Glue, and this is the clear one. I got this from Sephora, and honestly, I don't understand the hype about this because I cannot get my lashes to stick using this. I don't know if I'm using it wrong, but any other lash glue I use works, and for some reason my lashes do not stick with this. It does smell amazing. It smells not like dead fish vagina, but it's just, it doesn't work. And it's so saddening to me because it's so pretty. It's got like that awesome iridescence to it. It's really cool, really cheap. It's only like $8, which I was super surprised about, but it just does not work. In my opinion, it does not work on me. So I was disappointed in that for sure. So that was all of my disappointing products that I tried in 2016. I'm sure there were others, but these were the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. So if you guys like this video, be sure to show some love to the like button down there. And if you subscribe, you can be a member of my Muse family. And I love you guys. I love you guys so, so, so much. And I wish you guys all the luck in 2017 finding products that work for you. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!